Opening up the UFC Paris main card, we have Patricio Pitbull taking on Losene Keita. Patricio Pitbull came to the UFC earlier this year and is getting after it. This is his third fight in the UFC after what was a pretty long layoff coming from Bellator. 37-8 in his career. He is finding success. 2-3 in his last 5 coming off that first UFC win, taking on Losene Keita. 16-1 in his career, 5-0 in his last 5, making his official UFC debut. Patricio Pitbull is a very accomplished fighter, and he hasn't quite reached that same level of success in the UFC, but he is 1-1, and he did just beat a pretty durable guy in the division. Patricio Pitbull was a multiple-time world champion in Bellator. He had 16 fights in a row where every single fight was either to win the belt, defend the belt, or fight for a new belt. He was the 145-pound champion, the 155-pound champion, even fought for the 135-pound belt. He's got decent striking, good wrestling. He grinds forward. He stays busy. He's very tough, but he is getting old. He just beat Dan Ige with 5 takedowns. Taking on Losene Keita. I pronounce his name differently every single time. He's an absolute destroyer on the feet. He's fast, he's powerful, he's creative. Great offensive striking, good counter striking as well. His sprawls are insanely fast, and everything he does is with intent. We don't have a lot of footage of him defending takedowns. We have a lot of him attacking people. They shoot a desperate takedown. His hips hit the mat instantly. What we don't have is a lot of people on a single, and he's stuffing the head. So I don't quite know how good his takedown defense actually is, but from what I've seen, he's insanely dangerous, insanely fast, and he does push his hips down instantly. And at his age, with that speed and that danger, versus sort of an aging guy, I'm going to lean Keita here, but this is like such a... Guys, how could you bet against Pitbull? 14-time world champion. How could, like that? It's just, that's almost too easy of a narrative. I like Keita. I think he's just so fast, so dangerous. As long as he doesn't fade late, which it doesn't seem like he does, he's going to be the pick. But lots of unknowns here to be a 2-1 favorite over a tried and true vet in Patricio Pitbull. As long as he can defend a couple of takedowns, he should run away with this fight. What do you think, Jacob?
Danger is real. But fear is a choice. Just let that sit for a minute.
Fear is not a choice.
Danger is real. But fear is a choice.
But it's not a choice. That's not a truth. That's not true.
What kind of pussy-ass fucking statement is that? Of course it's a choice. You choose to be fearful. You choose to fear.
You don't.
Yes, you do. You pussy.
The saying is something
you
like... You
sound like a pissy.
You cannot choose to be afraid. You're just afraid or you're not. And your body reacts. What you do with that...
Are you raising kids that way? Oh, my God.
Yeah. Hey, what you're feeling is normal.
Don't you tell them, oh, my God, hey, jump off the diving board. Oh, I'm scared. There's nothing to fear. Go. And then make the decision. They change their minds. It's a choice.
I get
my body, my choice.
I get that you're scared, but get over it and do it anyway.
You choose to be fearful.
You don't choose to be scared.
Is real. Right. Fear is a choice. And I'm telling you right now, nobody's going to listen to me, and that's fine. And half the chat's going to call me, and I hate using this word, a fucking retard after this breakdown. And that's fine. But you guys are going to have to sit there on Saturday night. And when this happens, you're going to be like, oh, shit, he was right. And you're not going to come back and say I was right, but you're going to know that I was right. So get it out of your systems now, even if he doesn't win. Okay? Even if he doesn't win, I promise you that this is a good matchup for Pitbull. Yair is a weird dude. Yair's on the outside, just picking and poking, a lot of weird kicks, switching stances, all this stuff, and he couldn't really chase down because Pitbull is a counter striker, and he also wants to mix in the wrestling as well off of pressure. This guy, Keita, is going to come in with crazy pressure, and he's not a fucking like a boxer. Okay, he's not really setting up with the jab and then working the body and then throwing combinations. He's an explosive guy. He has power. If he lands on Pitbull and puts him out, that's what most people think happens. I get it. but he doesn't really set stuff up. And on the regional stuff, you can just be fast and explosive and just throw the bomb right hands, and they land on the regional guys and all this stuff. But against a counter striker, at the...
That's why they're
like your
call
fat
you a
mouth
retard.
has never fucking
That's
stumbled
why
over
they're
a
going to
word.
call you a retard. Against a counter striker. Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Don't be scared. It's a choice.
Uh-oh. But against a power, when you want to be the counter striker and this guy's throwing heavy shots, or you want to get to your wrestling and this guy's overextending into the big shots, it feels like this a match made in heaven for a high-level guy like Pitbull. I warned everybody in the Ige fight. I was on one of a very rare majority that was like, listen, guys, this is not Yair. This is a good matchup for... Say something about it.
He said it. Get Jake a grilled cheese.
Now, I'll be honest. I had about...
That sounds delicious.
No. I had about 10 to 20 to 30 immediate fucking images in my head that I was about to describe from my childhood that would have got this channel shut down. And I stopped myself. Like, you know how fast I can just fucking go? I was about to describe this one situation from my childhood at daycare, and I shut it down. Boom. Shut it down. And I'm still picturing it in my head, and I wish I could describe the scene in front of you today, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, this should be a good... I think this is a good matchup for Pitbull, and he's my pick.
You're not worried about an early storm? Like if Pitbull loses, you think he's knocked out, or you think he could actually lose a decision?
I mean,
genuine question, not being an
I think he either gets chinned or I think he wins. He's getting a couple takedowns. He's counter striking well. This guy he's a very explosive guy and a powerful guy, but like he's not like a great like high level striker. He's just fast and explosive, and that can work. I mean, it's worked so far, but
yeah.
Against a guy like Pitbull who wants to counter strike, who's seen that shit, that can mix in it just feels like it's a good matchup for him. He still might lose. I don't know. I didn't fucking bet him. I'll be honest. So.
Yeah, listen, I get it. I get this year, the prospects we've seen lose left and right. The fact that we still have UFC debuts as massive favorites and that people continue to bet on them is crazy. Look at the opening line. Pitbull was a minus 150 favorite. Now he's a plus 170 dog. Full flip. He's old and he has been knocked out before. It's not like he's never been knocked out, but he is durable. So I am on the Keita side. I think he's very fast and he doesn't fade. So if he can defend those early takedowns, he'll defend the late ones and we're good. But if he can't, then yeah, he's fucked. And I think 2-to-1 odds are absolutely crazy here. $7,300 in DraftKings Fantasy. If you're on the Pitbull side and you believe in what he did in Bellator and that transfers over to UFC, meaning that wasn't against nobody bums and that he's accomplished as much in this sport as he literally did, then yeah, great odds. Great price point. If you need a tiebreaker, WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. All the picks, all the tools, all the bets, everything. $10. That'll include UFC 320, Noche UFC, UFC Perth, and obviously UFC Paris. $5 super chat from Johnny Castaneda. Fear is a choice. Angelo's funny today. Fear is a choice. To say fear is not a choice is insane. If I throw a snake in your bed while you're asleep and you wake up to a fucking rattlesnake, you just don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Said fear is a choice.
It's not a choice.
Well, that's not what you just said. So we got
I said if fear is a choice, and then I gave an example. Show me that you're not scared just waking up to a fucking rattlesnake.
Just hold on yourself again. Let's see swing an axe again, retard.